Hey guys, welcome to my channel. On this episode, we'll be talking about the debt that most people have and the order that you should be paying them in. Towards the end of the video, I'll give you one tip on why one of these debts should be paid first, and this is new for 2020. Hey guys, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Romel, and on this channel we talk about all things related to finance, investing, and building wealth. We discuss mindsets, strategies, techniques, and resources that you can implement on your journey to building wealth. Most of the things I talk about here are low-cost solutions to help the average man start thinking about their financial health. Financial literacy is one of the biggest subjects that's not spoken about in school. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to my channel. We're a new and growing channel, and anything you can do to support us is greatly appreciated. We produce new videos every week on Tuesdays and Thursdays. The most common debts people have are credit card loans and student loans. Of the two, which one do you think you should pay first? But let's take a step back here. Other than those two types of debts, there should be other things that you should be thinking about. For example, saving and investing. With all these options, how do you know where to put your money when you get your paycheck? On another video, I talked about different budgeting strategies that you could implement, such as the 50-30-20 rule and the zero budget rule. Those make it very easy to split up your money into different categories so that you know how much money of your paycheck you're going to allocate for each. We discussed things such as needs versus wants, fixed expenses versus variable expenses, and many other things. However, ultimately, the budget that's best for you is the one that's easy for you to stick to. To make any of these tools work, you have to start and take action. There's only so much that these videos and tips can do if you're not willing to do the work yourself. The first thing you should do with your money is obviously have an emergency fund account. Most people start with $1,000, but it's up to you whether you can start with that much or that little. If you think you'll need more, then save a little more. If you think you can't afford that much, then maybe start with $500. The point is, you need to have an emergency fund so that if anything goes wrong or if anything pops up in your life that's unexpected, then you have money that you can use towards those expenses. The purpose of an emergency account is to not touch it. So as you're building your pure account, make sure that you're contributing money into it that you would not need to use elsewhere. And once you reach your goal, to save as much money as you think you'll need in your emergency account, the key is to not touch that money unless it's really your last resort. One of the ways you can do this is to create a separate account just for your emergency funds. That way, it's out of sight, out of mind, but you know in the back of your head that it's there. Once you start putting money into your emergency account, the next thing you should do is figure out what monthly commitments you need to pay. Are there some that you can cut out of your life, especially in difficult times as these? And if they are, take that off the table and start building your nest egg. These are things such as gas, phone bill, rent, food, insurance, things that you know happen on a monthly basis that are fixed. After that, start to look at all the other expenses that have variable costs. These could be things such as shopping, hair products, healthcare products, any type of things that you can cut out. Now that you have both those categories in mind, now we can start talking about the debt. Credit card debt is one of the most common debt because regardless of whether you went to school or not, you know you'll have a credit card. And most people aren't disciplined enough to pay off your credit card every single month. Or maybe they've charged too much to the point where they don't have enough to cover the full amount. There's a couple of things to know when understanding credit card debt. The first is your credit utilization rate. Credit utilization rate is one of the factors that contributes to your credit score. Generally, you want to have a credit utilization rate of 33% or less. This means that if you have a $1,000 limit, you want to be spending or you want to have debt on your credit card that's $333 or less. Anything above that, anything above the 33% utilization rate will negatively affect your credit score. The next thing you want to think about when understanding credit cards is whether or not you're in a 0% APR grace period. When you open up a new credit card, most of them will say 12 months 0% APR. This means that for 12 months, you're not going to get charged any interest on the amount on your card. However, you have to be very careful with this. If you don't pay off the amount on your card within the 12 months, then all the interest that has accrued or built up will get charged to you in one big lump sum. That's why it's very important for you to be on top of your credit card payments. The next thing you'll want to know is how much interest you're getting charged on your account. You'll see this account on your monthly statements, or you can call your credit card and ask them what the APR is. The next thing you'll want to think about regarding credit card debt is whether or not you're spending money on your card to reach a minimum amount so that you can get some sort of promotion. This is very common amongst most rewards card. It'll say something like this: spend $3,000 within the first 3 months and get 60,000 points. This is great, right? 60,000 points, or whatever amount they have listed on their offer, sounds like a lot, right? But you have to think about this. If you didn't open up this card, would you spend $3,000 anyway? And if the answer is yes, then it may be a good time to open up a new card. But if the answer is no, then there's no point in spending extra money for something that you don't need. The last thing you should think about is whether or not your card is actually a credit card or a charge card. This is one of the biggest misconceptions about the American Express card. While they do have credit cards, some cards are known as charge cards, which means that you'll need to pay off your balance in full at the end of every month. This is huge. You'll want to know if the credit card you're applying to is a charge card or a credit card. Don't get it mixed up. And the other type of debt we'll be talking about on this video is student loans. Many people have student loans, and that's just a fact. Everyone knows that an investment in your education is one of the best investments you can make. Now, whether or not education means going to college or doing a self-paced program or teaching yourself, well, that's a whole nother discussion. One of the things I would say about student loans and going to college is that if you're not sure what you want to do in college, don't go. There's no reason to go into debt for something that you're not sure of. And even more, don't go into some general program such as liberal arts. College can be a very great experience, but two of the things that go into student loans are the college you go to and whether or not you're going to room and board or live on campus. Dorming, living on campus, is one of the biggest expenses that'll add to your student loans. And although this may be a requirement, especially if you don't live in the town that you want to go to college in, I try my best to avoid this. There are a lot cheaper ways to find the college experience that you're looking for than going into debt and rooming and boarding. Credit card debt is usually a lot less than student loan debt. Which one of those two should you be more aggressive in paying? Credit card debt should be paid first. You should try to tackle that debt as aggressively as you can. And now for this fifth category that I'm going to talk about, investing. What should you put your money into? Student loans or investing? In 2020, there was a major thing that happened during this coronavirus crisis. That is student loan forbearance. Forbearance is huge. You have to check with the loan company that you used to fund your student loans, but this could mean no interest on your student loans, no minimum payments per month, or lower minimum payments per month, which is huge. No interest on a huge number is a big deal. By the loans being in forbearance, you can tackle that student loan and bring down your principal amount much quicker. If there's money that you can afford to put into student loans, I think now is the best time to be aggressive with it. As of now, a lot of the student loans are in forbearance until September 30th, 2020. After that, who knows if we'll still be in forbearance. So there you have it. First off, you should pay yourself, invest, and start saving for your emergency account. The second thing you should do is pay off all your monthly commitments. The third thing you should do is think about all the variable expenses you have monthly and see what you can reduce or eliminate. The fourth thing you should do is be very aggressive with your credit cards. You want to try to get those down as fast as you can. Those high interest rates will really make that amount of debt go a lot higher really fast. And lastly, student loans. Because student loans are currently in forbearance, it's a great time to be very aggressive in paying them off. No interest on a big amount, like I said, is huge. Most of the time, when you make monthly payments, you're only contributing to the interest made on the principal. That's because interest on such a large sum makes it that much harder for you to pay off the principal or original amount on your loans. Alright guys, that's what I have for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you think. Do you have any other suggestions on what debt you should pay off first. And let me know what you think about student loan forbearance. Are you guys in any student loans, and are they currently in forbearance? I'll tell you, I have some student loans currently with Great Lakes, and those have their loans in forbearance. Let me know what you guys think. If you're looking to connect with me on other social media platforms such as Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter, I'll leave links to my accounts in the description down below. If you haven't yet, please smash the like button and comment down below. This really helps to tell the YouTube algorithm that you like the content we produce. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you on the next one.